What if you could borrow your son's youth to escape aging? What if you traded wisdom for pleasure, only to discover desire never ends? And what if, in your final days, you realized that old age was never the curse at all? This is the story of King Yayati, a man cursed to grow old overnight, a father who stole time from his own blood, and a king who chased youth across kingdoms and years until he finally understood its price and its limits. Yayati was born into the Chandravansha, the legendary lunar dynasty. A ruler of vision and command, he was both warrior and scholar. His palace echoed with music and the words of sages. But behind his radiant court, Yayati harbored a quiet hunger for beauty, for pleasure, for the feeling of life unending. To secure peace with powerful allies, Yayati married Devayani, daughter of Shukracharya, the fearsome sage of the Asuras. It was a marriage of strategy, not affection. They honoured their vows, but love never grew, and where love lacks, temptation blooms. In the shadows of the palace lived Sharmishtha, once a princess, now Devayani's servant. Her strength, wit, and beauty stirred something in Yayati. What began as glances became whispers. What began in silence became love. And soon, a secret union followed. When Devayani learned the truth, her rage was swift. She went to her father, Shukracharya. He did not shout, he did not strike. Instead, with calm fury, he cursed Yayati. From this moment on, he would wear the weight of old age. His body would crumble while his desires remained intact. In an instant, youth drained from Yayati like water from a cracked jar. His bones bent, his skin sagged. The man who had conquered kingdoms was now conquered by time. He staggered through his halls, a shadow of his former self, while the whispers of betrayal echoed louder than ever. Yayati begged for mercy. Shukracharya, unmoved, gave him a single escape. Find someone to take your place. Only by passing on the burden of age could he reclaim youth. But who would carry another man's curse? He turned to his sons, noble princes born of different mothers. One by one he asked, "Will you take this burden, so I may live again?" And one by one they declined, each fearing a life lost to another's desire, until at last the youngest spoke. Puru, barely more than a boy, stepped forward. Without hesitation, he accepted the curse. As his skin greyed and his strength faded, Yayati stood tall once more, reinvigorated, restored, and ready to reclaim the pleasures he had lost. Yayati wasted no time. Gardens of delight rose around him. Dancers, musicians, poets, feasts, each night more lavish than the last. He had outrun time, and now he chased ecstasy with a hunger unbound. But in every song, a faint echo of emptiness remained. He ignored it. He travelled lands far beyond his kingdom. He took 100 wives, built monuments of gold. But the hunger stayed. It clawed at the edge of joy. And he began to wonder, if this was youth, why did it feel so hollow? One morning, in a mirror polished brighter than crystal, Yayati saw not his face, but his emptiness. The same eyes, but dulled. The same skin, but weary. He had all he had once dreamed of, and felt nothing at all. He realized it then. Desire is a fire that feeds on itself. The more he gave it, the more it wanted. And somewhere along the way, he had become its servant, not its master. He returned to Puru. The boy, now aged before his time, stood with dignity. Yayati bowed low. "Take back what I stole," he said. "Take back your years, your youth, your right to live." Puru accepted without bitterness. In that moment, the curse broke. Age fell from the boy's body like autumn leaves, and Yayati, now truly old, smiled for the first time in years. Puru was crowned king, beloved by all, just, wise, and strong. And Yayati, he walked away from power, not with regret, but with peace. Into the forest he went. No guards, no crown, just a staff, bare feet, and silence. The earth welcomed him like a son returning home. He lived among trees and rivers, spoke to birds more than men, and each day he felt his soul lighten, as if time itself had forgiven him. The story of Yayati spread not as a warning, but as a mirror. For who among us has not craved what we should surrender? The curse had not ruined him, it had revealed him. It showed him that youth means nothing without wisdom, and desire without end is simply another form of suffering. He aged again, this time with pride, each wrinkle a lesson, each breath a gift. And in his final days, he found something he had never truly known: contentment. Under Puru's rule, the kingdom flourished, and from his bloodline would come legends still spoken today. Among them, the mighty Pandavas. Yayati had lived twice, once in pursuit, once in reflection, and in the end, it was not his youth that made him great, but what he did once it was gone. Yayati conquered age, outran time, and tasted every joy the world could offer, but only when he let go did he truly live. This was his final act, not of power, but of peace, and sometimes that is the greatest legacy of all. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a new tale. There's always more to explore here on Raconteur, where legends live again.